Hello, my name is James Sparrow and this is Tech TLV. I'm joined now with Ram Yonish, partner at SafeDome VC. Ram, hi.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, thank you so much for taking the time. Tell me a bit about SafeDome VC, please, and the story of how you folks started.
Well, SafeDome was founded about 10 days following October 7th, by Hilla and Itzik and Ehud, and I joined them probably 10 days later. And the objective of SafeDome VC is to help very early stage startups that on one hand are very much fundable, good companies with a very good momentum until October 7th, and on the other hand were affected or impacted, by the war.
No, it's amazing to see how many of these VCs and how many of these initiatives like yours have come out of the ashes of the terrible things of October 7th. Can you talk to me a bit about specifically maybe what you are looking for and where you aim to help as opposed to anyone else?
Yeah, I think there are there are a lot of different vehicles, as you said, but SafeDome really focus on very early stage startups. So on one hand, again, we are looking for companies that, for some validation, raised a little bit of money, around $200K, $250,000 or so. On the other hand, it's still they did not yet raise from a meaningful VC. So it would usually be a company of about up to 10 people, monthly burn rate of up to $100,000. So we want to deploy around $500,000, and that should be enough for them for around 5 to 6 months of runway. And again, what we want to do is find great companies that we're in the middle of fundraising and everything stopped. So we're gonna provide them some enough cash to complete their seed round or whatever round they were in, and don't have and stay in a positive momentum.
It's so important to keep that momentum, especially in such a turbulent time. About it's one thing to protect the companies and protect their runways. What about the founders themselves? I mean, surely a lot of these founders are serving right now, right? They're not. Talk to me a bit about that.
Well, we have some, because we are looking at companies that were very much also affected. So a lot of them, are serving, right? And in few cases, we had to schedule. It was really hard to schedule Zoom meetings, not to say face-to-face meeting, of course. And at least in one specific case, we had few scheduling with a specific company, and the founder was in the army and serving. He just went out, somewhere, opened his laptop or even his mobile device, and we interviewed them or him specifically using that. So, it wasn't the best, but we always remember that we are here to help them, right? We are here to help them or him specifically. A lot of them are serving, and if not them specifically, some of the co-founders and a lot of people from their founding team.
Of course. And so in the kind of weeks and months going ahead as we settle into 2024, what do you hope to achieve as a VC fund? Where do you see maybe the end? I don't want to say the end of 2024 because hopefully everything's going to be resolved before then, but how do you see your journey play out? How many companies do you want to help? How much?
So we have received overwhelming of around 1,000 applications. Now many of them were not relevant, as I mentioned before, for the kind of entry criteria for the fund. But what I do think is, look, SafeDome is a pro-bono VC, right? No commission, no salaries, everything is voluntarily. And also the other funds like Iron Nation, which is a kind of a higher stage or later stage VC, they're also pro bono. So what I think we're going to see is more vehicles, which will be a for-profit vehicles, but we'll still look at that same segments, and I think there are like very interesting opportunities today in Israel. Actually, myself, I'm looking for people, mostly individuals, angel investors, to look into these opportunities today. Like, don't wait for any VC, but look into these opportunities. They are very interesting. They are in a good momentum. They are good companies. Founders are fighters. You need fighters in early stages. If they can overcome that situation, they will overcome everything. So I think we'll see more vehicles and more kind of organizations that are going to do that. And maybe one more thing around that. we are really, even myself specifically, I'm hosting few Jewish Americans coming to Israel next week. I'm going to take them to Be'eri and then going to meet with them, going to show them Startup Accelerator, near Sderot, to meet with few companies. And the objective, as I said, is to show them these specific companies and hopefully bring some new, I would call it new money, but new channels of money from North America, but not only, straight directly into these companies.
Yeah, no, thank you, Ram. It's super important. We love what you're doing. Anything to help the ecosystem and the founders and the companies. Unfortunately, we're out of time. I could talk all day about this.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you so much for taking the time. I wish you the best of luck, and I can't wait to see how your help affects Startup Nation. And
thank you very much for that. For the time, I'll just say SafeDome is not just the 4 of us or 5 of us. It's also some partners like KPMG and A200 Alumni and Shibboleth and other great companies, and only for the best. So
amazing. Love to hear it. Thank you
you
so
very
much, Ram.
Thank you.